Take a deep breath in and exhale, bringing all your attention to your breath, releasing all the tensions, the fears. Just bringing your full attention to this present moment. It's your choice to be here. Be grateful for that. Let's begin. Welcome. My name is Susana. I am from Brazil. In the last 3 years, I've been holding circles, sacred circles, mainly for women, but not for women only. And besides of that, I have been also running retreats, especially in Bali. This is the place where I'm recording this video from. So welcome to Mama Bali if you're not in Bali. It's a very, very sacred space to be. Very powerful energetic terms and very full of healing energy. It's very special to be recording this video from Bali because this land invited me to stay. I arrived here 2 years ago, already with trainings, already with a baggage of information, and I was already sharing this around my country, Brazil. But suddenly there was a bigger invitation to be able to share here and now from here. And it got to a different level of sharings, a different level of connections, and a different level of authentic relating to the others. It has been very powerful, the growth that came through me, and I'm really glad to be able to be sharing this. There are very, very beautiful things that happen when you open your heart to create a space, a safe space, to connect to people. So if you chose to be here attending this training, to learn about creating the sacred circle, or even if you are already doing it, but you feel the call, it's because you're ready. You're ready to expose yourself and share with other beautiful souls your gifts. You don't have to be talented to do that. You just have to be very, very full of awareness that you can do that. And it must come from this place of safeness from the heart. What is a sacred circle? Well, to tell you the truth, when I started to hear about circles, I always thought that this could be very boring. People sitting and sharing stories. It's like, this probably is really boring. Until the day that I felt that it was time for me to connect with my feminine. And this came from meditation. I was already meditating for a couple of years. But then suddenly I had this vision that I was dancing around a fire. I was like, wow, what is that? And it happened to be happening a training in my hometown that was called Gineterapia, that means women's care. And it was all about sharing. And I got curious about that. I asked if there was a space, one more space, because the training was starting in 2 days. And immediately the person on the other side replied, and she said, yes, come. And then I went there. And it was really scary because it was my first experience in a space, first, full of women only. And I had this separation. I didn't want to go for connecting only with women. And then I was like, why do I have that? So something that I really have to face. And then when I was there, listening to stories and seeing smudge being passed, essential oils, feeling all this smell and all this feminine touch, I got amazed by that. It's like, wow, this is powerful. Why this happened? Because we are in a sacred space, because we are creating union. And when the sharings began, I noticed that what they were sharing was really connecting to my heart. The sharing were coming from a space that I didn't know yet that exists inside of me. So I was mirroring them, and they were mirroring me. And I saw the power in that. And we got deeper and deeper subjects, aspects of life, and that just made me understand that this is what I had to do. To support other people, to be there for them, to be able to share their stories and their moments in life and things that they experienced in the past that was there waiting to be seen, to come to the surface, to be explored. And this is how I started to run my circle. 3 years ago, 4 years ago now actually, but 3 years ago, I really started to feel safe to be the one hosting the circles. And now I feel here very confident to be exploring this in an online training. I mean, why a circle? Why we sit in circle? The sacred geometry brings a lot of circles. Wherever you look, you're gonna see some kind of circle. If you look to a flower, there's a circle. If you look to the coconut trees here in Bali, the coconut brings this spheric shape. If you look to the sun, if you look, I don't know, to a drop of water. And then you can also connect the spiral, the energy that is created. So it's a very, very sacred shape to have. And when you sit in circle, there is no separation, there is unity. And for me, what is the most powerful thing is we are all the same. It's not because you're the facilitator that you're more important than the person that is sitting next to you or the person in front of you. No, we are the same. We are all interconnected. If we look to old traditions, the circle has been coming through that space, but we lost it. We lost it during the years. And it just started to have this patriarchal line and following the orders of this must be like that. And we forgot about equality. So this is a very beautiful way to get back to that. To get back to this safe space where everyone's the same, where you can be guiding it, bringing subjects or ideas or intentions, but it's not your space only. You're just part of the whole process. In this training, we are going to be talking about what is a sacred circle, why circle, how to prepare yourself to hold space, how to be a space holder, how to open a circle in energetical terms, how to invite the directions and the elements, and how to create an altar, and the most important that many people forget, how to close the circle. These are the guidelines that we're going to be following. Let's get to the preparation. So you feel ready to share with the world your gifts, your ideas, your intentions. So we get to the preparation. You're going to prepare yourself to share. I'm going to this point, imagine that you already created an invitation, you already connect to people, you already have the space, the time, the amount of people that you can be offering that, if you're going to be charging or not. So I am assuming that you already have everything established, that you created a Facebook event or whatever way you would like to explore to be inviting other people to join you. And here I'm talking about any kind of circle. I'm not establishing that it's a women's circle or a men's circle, or it's a sacred circle. Any kind of circle that comes from you, that you feel, oh, this is the name I want to give to the circle. So this is it. It's your circle, it's your space, it's your time. The circles, they create this magic that we call magic, that is energy, right? So how can you be the space holder if you are in a low profile day, for example? First of all, you have to know yourself. You have to know which kind of meditation or exercise or activity or whatever kind of work makes you feel good, makes you feel connected, makes you feel intuitive, open. To be a space holder, that we're gonna talk about that later, you have to open your intuition. So before getting there, the preparation. The preparation means that you need some time for yourself. You chose the space. How is this space? Who is using this space? Is this your space or you're sharing it? If you're sharing it, my advice would be, go there before of your circle. Go there and clear the energies that are there. Why? Well, many people coming, going, they are bringing their energy, they are taking other energies, leaving energy. So there is this flow happening, which is amazing. This is how we live our life. But if you really want to embrace your energy and bring your guardians, so we're going to be talking about that later. If you want to bring your energy into this space, it's very, very important that you clean and open space for that. Maybe the space is so beautiful already energized that you don't have to. But I will suggest here that you could. If you work with energies, crystals, Reiki, any sort of cleaning, Feng Shui, you can go to the space before of it, I would say 30 minutes before, and walk around the space. If you use Reiki, you can use the symbols. Go in the walls, invite all the masters, clean the space. You can use crystals, you can use water blessings. You choose what makes sense for you. Sage, Palo Santo, whatever you feel like. Create this preparation in the space. As soon as you have fulfilled that the space is good, you have not to forget about yourself. So if you didn't prepare yourself yet, this is the time. I believe this will come on at once, because as soon as you invite to clean the space, you also invite yourself to connect. But it's very, very important to be aligned. So if you are not aligned with the space yet, or with yourself, this doesn't work. Get time to sit, get time to get inside, calm your heart, and bring trust to yourself. If you already feel that you have all this trust, congratulations, not everyone is like that. But if you feel that you need this moment of connection. This is very beautiful. This is the time that you will have for yourself to bring to your heart, your energy, and open your channels. How to be a space holder. So, as soon as you get prepared, as soon as you understood that you're there just to be the facilitator of the circle, just to put yourself in service. I would like to add this word, it's a very, very important word. Service. Yes, this is what we do when we are holding space. We are serving other people. We are supporting this to happen. So how to be this person? When I first came to Bali, I heard this saying that to hold space. And I was like, hold space. What is that? Hold space is the person that is going to be there, holding the energy, anchoring the energy to allow whatever has to happen to happen. And to be this person, you have to be aligned with yourself, with the energies, with the space. But mostly allowing yourself to be the channel. That's the reason it's very important that you feel connected to yourself. And then whatever comes, it's right. It's right to be there, to offer your service, to open the space in a safe way that people will look at you and they say, I feel safe. You resonate with them. They will feel that, yeah, it's good. I can do that. I can be open here. And this must come from you. This must come from the person that is sitting there and putting yourself in the first spot. Even if we are sitting in a circle, you're going to be the main spot. So the connection must be very anchored with yourself, with your heart, with your mind, and with the whole space. How to hold the space? That's a very, very interesting thing to say. You're putting yourself in service and you're creating a safe container where there is no judgment. But all the people that are coming to this space, they are coming from different experiences. And not everyone has the same ideals, mindsets, experiences that you have. Of course not. We are all individuals getting together. So how to leave the mind behind for a moment and be fully present and forget about judging other people, forgetting about criticizing, forget about old patterns that we have. My first suggestion here is breathe. Take a time to breathe. Really, the breath can transform every situation. Pay attention. When something happens to you, first thing we do is to stop breathing. So it's the opposite that you have to do. You have to let go. It's heavy. It's not heavy. I can do that. Everything is good. Yeah, calm, calm, calm. Then you are creating a space of safeness and security for everyone. So let's say that now you feel ready, you already made some meditation, you got centered, aligned with the space, and now you can decide if you want to keep the safe space already ready, or if you want to invite the people to open a circle with you. So before I open the circle itself, that you can do by yourself or in group, You can also create a magical entrance. I like pretty much the idea of imagine that you have a portal, and when people cross that portal, they are inside of the sacred space. So what you can do to do that? Instead of just allowing people getting in, you can invite them to wait, create a line, and one by one step in. And you can use sage, Palo Santo, water, whatever comes out of your heart with intention. Always the intention must be set. It's okay. So it doesn't matter how you're going to do it, it's possible. And then they can all start to sit in circles around you. This is one way of doing it. Another way of doing it is just by having the doors open and they can just get in and sit in the circles, and then it's your choice to decide if you prefer to have the circle with open with them or just by yourself. Why I personally like to open the circle in group. When you create the safe space that everyone gets hands together, holding hands together, everybody feels that are connected, and we are, because we're creating this energetical connection. So what I really like is to put both hands together. Right hand goes on the top, and then we open the hands, and here one hand is giving energy, the right hand will be giving energy, the left hand is going to be receiving energy. So we are in the circle, we give our hands, we hold our hands, and then we can start to practice the real circle opening. There are different ways of doing that. This is the way I do and the way I'm going to be teaching you here. And you can also don't hold hands. You can just invite people to meditate together. Okay? There is no right, there is no wrong. You have to feel what connects to your heart with your truth. When I do that, we are inviting the 4 directions, the 5 elements, and you can invite whatever else you want to. In shamanism, you can even walk around the space and invite the directions, the elements, and all this combination that you can create to come in. And this makes the space the sacred place. This is not connected to any religion, to any belief system in general, because these are all elements from nature. What we are talking here is basically what we live. We live in connection with nature. Even if we are in a city center, a very busy place without rooster making a sound or a dog barking, yes, we are still in harmony with these elements. You can ask me, okay, I already prepared the space. I already cleaned the space. I already invited my energy. I'm already centered. Do I need to invite the participants to do that? And then I say, it would be nice. You don't have to, as I already said, but it would be nice because they are going to feel the energy as well. Even if they're not so sensitive to energies, there is this beautiful thing. And then, besides of this commitment that they're going to feel that they have to give, also comes this feeling of I'm protected and I can be open here. The trust comes. It's very important to create trust. If you're sharing from your heart, you also want people to share from their hearts. So if there is no trust, there is no magic. If there is no magic, nothing happens. There is no transformation. And the main aim to run a circle or a workshop or whatever magic we want to create the main aim is to see people transforming. And to reach to this point, they have to trust you, they have to trust the space, they have to trust the energies. As a space holder, you have to be very aware of these energies as well. Let's talk about energy. We are sitting in a circle, so people come with their problems, with their daily life, with their routine, with their beliefs, with their problems, solutions, judgment, blah, blah, blah. And you will receive this energy coming from them. So when you are using some kind of ritual, you are saying, okay, from this point on, it's only allowed this energy from this space. So I'm cleaning you. I'm releasing all the things from your energetic body, leaving them in the back, and I'm going to open you to this new gate, this portal that you're crossing. And here you're gonna receive this new energy. And then the person sits there, already cleaned and everything, but you still feel that there are some things coming. It may happen to you, it may not. You can have other kind of perception, maybe not energetic, but you can feel in the mood or the faces, the expression that the person is doing. It's important to protect yourself. Protect yourself from these energies. Protect yourself from things that you don't need to take for you as yours. So if you are vibrating in light, if you are aligned with yourself, you can block those energies. You can say, okay, we are gonna transmute. We're gonna let these energies go. So it's very, very important also to be aware of this. Let's talk about open the circle itself. So I was explaining that we put our hands together, and then we give the hands, we connect to each other. And from here, I would like to tell you what you can do if you wish. So what I really like to do is to connect ground and heaven. So usually I guide people for meditation starting with the breathing technique. So we just bring our awareness to this present moment by breathing. You can do it 3 times, 4 times, as you feel the energy of the group. And then you invite them to go down to earth, grounding their roots in a huge crystal, this core crystal that is bringing us this energy from the earth. And this energy comes up through these roots. And from here, then you can decide how you want to guide your meditation. You can store it in a part of your body, or can just connect, and from the top of your head you can go further into the sky, the galaxies, the guardians, and you can invite all of them in, getting back a tube of light and storing anywhere in the body. And you can expand this energy and connect to the others. This is a very beautiful way of opening a circle. It's a very powerful way. And I think it's my favorite right now, because we need to have this alignment, to be centered, to be focused, especially if you're a facilitator. It really brings you from both sides to be here in the middle level, earth, aligned with the desires of the universe and with the desires of Mother Earth. The 4 directions. So we have, as everybody knows and probably learned at school, we have north, east, south, and west. Any of these directions, they are connected to one element. There are different lines in shamanism that divide from the North Hemisphere and the South Hemisphere. The one that I like and I learned and I really feel that it's the one that I want to keep using, and doesn't matter in which hemisphere I am, is we start on the east side. East is the energy of air. From here you can connect to anything that is related to air. So if you are creating a space and you really want to check where is the air, you can get your phone, you can go to compass and check where is the north. You found north direction, and then you go, where is east? Found east. So you know that at that direction that is pointing east, you're going to use all the elements of air. When you are opening the circle, if you wish, you can invite all the participants to turn their bodies to the east side. And from there, you can invite air to come in, all the spirits that comes with air, all the birds, all the things that fly, the angels, anything that's connected to air. And I'm gonna be showing you later, you can create an altar, for example, an incense. You can add an incense as the fire element, and as the air element, sorry. Can also be for fire, but in this case, let's talk about air. When you are done inviting air element, you can turn to the south. South is connected to fire, the serpent, volcano, the power of doing things. So you can invite this to come in and receive this guidance. Then you turn to the west side. The west is the waters. It's also the feminine. And here you can invite all the beings connected to water, all the animal spirits that are connecting to this element, and also invite them in to guide you in your circle and protect you. Then you turn to the north. And the north is earth element. It's grounding. It's the energy that allows the plants to grow. It's all the things that live in nature that you can touch. So you can invite all of these elements to come and connect to your heart. And then you can turn to the center of the circle again. And in the center, we have ether. That is the great mystery. The all that is the connection. I would call it the intuition. It's a place that you just allow it to be. You are fully connected and integrated to the space from there on. This is a way of doing it as well. And there are different ways of inviting the elements. One is by dancing the elements as well. And you can create your own. There is no right or wrong as soon as it comes from a sense of connection, intention, inspiration, integration, and intuition. I think these are very, very good words to keep in mind during any circle. You can also add to an altar elements corresponding to this. I'm going to be sharing a picture, a file with all these positions that you can be creating and adding. And you can use whatever you feel like. You can get a water from a waterfall that is sacred for you. You can use a rock that means a lot for you, representing something. You can, fire. You can use a candle, for example. just be careful with fire, depending the space you are. Yeah, these are the basics of opening a circle and inviting in the elements. Besides of all these elements, you can also invite guardians, you can invite angels, you can invite fairies, you can invite nature, beings from the nature. You can be open enough to choose what makes sense for you. Remember that they are available always. So you don't need to be only in a sacred space to do that. You can just do it from your heart at anywhere. And they are energies. So it's a way of connection, but when you're connecting to this, you're not really connecting to anything different besides of energies. But we as humans, we can give forms. Sometimes we need forms. So you can also add, for example, images to your altar if you want to create an altar. There is no need for that as well. These are all suggestions that what you can do, but you don't need to. You don't have to do anything like that. This is the way I like to do, the one I learned, and I start to use my own ways to create my sacred space. So let's talk now about the circle itself. You have everybody sitting, connected, grounded, and at the same time in alignment with the universe. And you have to bring a subject to start. So what I usually do to do this connection is to introduce myself, be very open, who I am, what I'm doing there. And if people already know you, you can invite them to meditate together quickly or make some breathing exercise. And from here, you can bring a subject if you feel like. There are a variety of things that you can talk about. You can also have this circle for just energetic practice if this is what you want to do. So then you can also have a ritual happening during the circle. You can offer whatever makes sense to you. It can be a workshop, creative workshop, singing workshop. You can add music. You can add dance. There is no limit to what you can offer during a circle. Of course, it must be aligned with what you want to share. It must be aligned with your heart, your purpose, which kind of inspiration you want to offer, which kind of transformation you want to see. One of the things that I do here in Bali, and I get very good feedback, is to have a cacao ceremony. We do this in the end of the circle. So after everyone opening their hearts and exposing things that are going on and you supporting them, it's very important to put yourself in this place that you're supporting energetically the other ones. Some people will cry, some people will laugh, and you have to be there, keeping the energy high in a very soft way that they can feel the support that you're giving. So to be the facilitator, this is the most important thing. How to hold the space in a safe way, by just being you, but making people feel you. That's why energy work is very important. That's why connection is very important. And from there, you can give them something good. It's like the gift that you're offering them. So one of the ideas is to offer a cacao ceremony. Raw cacao prepared. There are many different recipes online that you can choose that make sense for you. Here we get from restaurant, that is amazing. So you can decide how it works for you. And what I do is, we already opened the circle together. We are already connected. We are already sharing out of our heart. So I invite everyone to set intentions in this cup. We have one cup and it's passed by everyone. So everyone adds their intentions in this cup and drink. And this cup is shared. So until the end, everybody had the chance to add intentions. Can be intentions for themselves, then can be intentions for the world, for the planet, for anyone. And everyone is gonna share these intentions. And by drinking cacao is a very, very powerful healing substance, so it helps to open our hearts and bring us happiness. And this is one way of doing it that I really like, and I see that people really appreciate as well. And you're getting back to the ground because cacao comes from nature. It's very, very sacred element that starts with the Maya tradition, and now it's all over the world. You can also use other, what I will call here, friends. For example, cards. There are different oracle cards that you can be bringing to your circle, and it's not talking about seeing the future or nothing like that, but the cards will be really related to the moment that you're living. So you can invite people to pick a card, and as you feel like. You can just read the message, you can ask them to share, you can ask them to present themselves as that card, you can ask them to see the card but not read the message and say what it comes from their hearts. So there are many different ways that you can connect to that and use this as a tool. It's a very powerful healing tool because it's about the image, and when you're seeing an image, you are mirroring yourself. And this is the same during the circle that's going to happen. There is this mirroring effect that will naturally happen when someone is sharing a story, the other one will be mirroring each other. And you have to be very aware of different situations that can happen during the circle. People are different, and they are going to bring their experience to this space. So it may happen that someone has much more to say than you have in a certain day. So you have to know how to keep centered, calm, and be very polite, and how to know to create boundaries, to limit other people. So you are going to be the one that's going to initiate them, guide them, but also put some rules. Why? Unfortunately, we need, because some people are so into what they have and they really need to express. It's okay. Please allow people to express themselves, but also know, especially if you have time, to say, okay, this for now is good. Be very polite and say, we can talk about that later. We can continue about this subject in another opportunity. Or if you offer sessions, or if you know someone that can support that person in another moment, you can bring this up. So it's very important to be very aligned with what you're sharing in how to express this in a soft way, not to hurt other people, because this is not what you're aiming to get. You want them to come back, right? So you have to be very careful and choose carefully the words that you're going to be using. Every time something good comes to the circle, celebrate. It's very important to vibrate with the energies. It's very important to celebrate when something very good happens and see how you can be supportive for that person. We all have different experience, but we all have similar as well. So it's very easy to find your way of how to support that person in that moment. So be very creative in how to be available and put yourself available. Don't be the boss. You're not the boss. You're in a circle. You're holding space for them, but you're not the boss. You're just one supportive person. You're just one more person sitting in the circle. So allow them to express. Don't judge. Very important subject. No judgment. You're not there to judge anyone. You're there to support. You're there to give power, to empower, to help, to teach, to speak your truth and be authentic. So, no judgment. Even if you have, because everybody has a background. But become your own observer during these moments and say, ooh, this is not from here, this is not from this moment, it doesn't belong, I don't need this now. Let it go. No need, no focus back. Presence. Always keeping the presence and keep the group aligned with your presence and everyone must be present. If you see that there is distraction happening, people are leaving, going to the toilet, drinking water, talking parallel, you are not keeping the space safe. The container is open. So come back, invite people to get together, and create something that they are going to be focused on that. Bring a subject that's very important for all of them, or invite to a deep meditation. So it's very important as a facilitator how you can create this container and keep it going and keep the safeness without judgment, without the mind, but just by being in a solid way, in powerful, healing way. After doing so, you're ready to get to an end. You can invite people to dance, again to meditate or to share. Sharings are very important because it's the space that people have to open their hearts. So you're going to be the listener, and by receiving that, you just have to give your energy back. And as a facilitator, it's very, very important to give it to an end in a beautiful way. So when you feel that the time is passing, get a beautiful way to get to a closure, inviting them to get together. You can again use the hands connection, you can also invite them to meditate together, but most of people, they forget to close the circle. And this is very important because you are using energies that are not only yours. You are inviting energies to come. And as they came, as they transmute, they have to go. They are done with the work. So you can let them go. And a way of doing that is closing the circle. So you can do the opposite movement of what we did before. So you can start closing the circle from the east direction, turning to north, west, south, east, center, and then you close the circle. Or just by thanking everyone for coming here, for guiding, for supporting, and you're free to go. Easy and simple. Don't forget to close the circle, otherwise you're gonna go home, you're gonna feel all these energies on you still, and they will keep working. This is a sacred space, it's a healing space that you created. And the work doesn't stop there. It's gonna continue after you leave. So it's very important to give an end. By giving an end, you are saying, okay, we are done here, you can go. And nothing else is left. Personally, when I run a circle and I feel very energized, water for me. So I need to go back home and take a very good shower and send all this energy down with the water, that the water can clean, release, make me feel free of everything that's not mine anymore, that was already worked during the workshop, the circle, the activity that we were hosting. And you're ready. You are good. You are done. This is what I have to share for these sacred circles, the art of holding space. I hope you enjoy, and you can find more material in the attachment files, and thank you for watching. I'm going to introduce you how to organize an altar. Okay? There are a few elements that you can be having with you that will be your friends, that will help you to support and anchor the energy of the space. So basically, there is a few ones that I would like to show you that I use in my circles, and they are very easy to find, so you won't have problem. Doesn't matter where in the world you are, you're gonna be able to have them around you. Okay, so here is the altar that we created here in Bali with the elements that are from nature. Some of them I brought from some other space, but they are always available everywhere. So we created using natural leaves around the circle. We got these flowers that are traditional from Bali, from the garden, just to create the directions. So using the compass, you can notice which direction is the east, north, west and south, and from there you can organize your altar. I'm going to start to introduce you this altar on the east side. So here we have a feather, we have the incense that when it blows it goes with the wind, and I just to add this shaker because you also need air to create the sound. You can add whatever you feel that makes sense to you. You can use your intuition to guide you in whatever makes you feel comfortable in having this side. And then we're going to go to the south. In the south we have the energy of the fire. So here I have the candle. I have another stick. This one you can find in the shops. It can be made by natural herbs. There are different kinds of herbs. This one is from lavender. And here you can use all the elements that connects you to fire. You can add snake skin, you can add anything that brings you the light up. You can use the colors of the fire. Then we go to the west, and here we have the waters. Here are used elements from the sea, so you can choose what makes sense to you, and also something related to water. Here is a natural combination of water and essence that I created, and I used some of the circles. Then we go to the north. In the north we have the energy of earth, here represented by crystals. I chose a few crystals that I like. You can select yours. And also some cacao seeds from Bali. As I mentioned before, we always have a cacao ceremony, so for me it makes a lot of sense to have the cacao seeds connecting to earth. And then we go to the center of the altar. The center is where we have the ether energy. It's the place where we combine all the energies from all the elements. And it's the mystery. It's the all that is. Here presenting the center, I put a shelf, and inside I have sage. Sage, dried sage, you can find this in many shops. You can also have the natural sage, you can also use sticks. And I also got this other natural incense that is made in England that you can also add for cleaning the spaces. You can use this one not only in the center, this is what I'm representing here, but you can use this to clean the energy of the people that arrive to your space. Or even during the circle you can pass something like this and keep the energy high. I really appreciate a combination of the masculine and the feminine energies. So I'm using pretty much these stones during the circle, bringing up not only the feminine energy but also the masculine energy and combining them. So this is usually what we use for speaking during the circles. We can also create this safe space that every time that someone is talking, you have the crystal talk. You can use also a wood stick, you can use any element that makes sense to you, and the keys to pass. In here they are representing the energies, the feminine and the masculine, that we all have. And the last thing that I added to this altar was a dried leaf from England, from Glastonbury, to represent the fairies and other states of other realms that exist here in this land but that we cannot see. So the invisible, the mystery. So this is a basic shape of creating an altar. This is an idea that you can use, that you can have, and you are free to develop any kind of altar that makes sense to you. Okay. Let's get ready to open a circle. So you already know the disposition of the altar that we created. And now I'm going to show you how you invite the group to connect with you and create the safe space together. So invite everyone to be around you in a circle. Okay, let's pretend that we have a group here all together. We invite them to hold hands and create this connection. As I previously mentioned, we start by breathing. We breathe together. Inhale deeply, exhale deeply. 3 times, 4 times as you feel, as much as you need to ground yourself and connect to the cosmos. And from here on, we start our own ritual. So, one way that I really appreciate that I already shared is to create this connection with the root. And then we invite the energy to come up, and you connect to the cosmos. And from the cosmos you receive the energy and ground yourself back. And from here on, you can invite people to meditate, or you can invite energies to come. I usually use that from our right hand. We send the energy of love, the pink light. From the left hand, we use the blue light, the power energy. And from our heart, we expand a golden light that connects and creates a spiral in the center and create this violet light that's going to transmute everything that comes. This is our way of doing it. You can also invite the elements. So as I shared before, we have here where I'm standing right now, the east gate, the east portal. And in the east portal, we invite the energy of the winds, the air. We receive all the elements, the birds, everything that fly. You can turn in direction of the east and invite the energies to come and be with you. You can invite the group to move with you, holding hands or not, it's your choice. And you get to the fire, the energy of the fire, and you invite the fire, all the fire of our lives, the impulse to act, to come and guide and be with you and with all your group. And then you can move, come to the waters, invite the elements of the waters to guide you. The mama, the energy of the feminine, the mermaids, the whales, the highest wisdom. And then we move to earth element, the one that gives us the nutrition, the grounding, to be here, to create this world, to be able to realize and materialize the things in our lives. And from this you create the connection with the wholeness, the ether, the invisible world, and you have an open circle. To do that, you can do what I do, that is to pass a kiss. So you invite people to kiss, and the kiss is passed until it returns to you. When you are closing the circle, you're going to repeat the same things, but go in the other direction. So you're going to start in the east direction again, closing the portal, moving to earth element, moving to water element, moving to fire element, and getting back to east element. This is a way of doing it. You can do it dancing, singing, playing, meditating, contemplating in full silence, but the most important, in full presence. If you're not present in what you're doing, there is no real connection. And you, as a space holder, you have to be fully present. You have to be the one that's creating this energy and awareness in the space. And you are the one that are inviting together with the group these energies to come in and stay. And remember, when you are done, send them away. Thank them. Thank you for this beautiful work. Thank you for supporting and guiding us during this work. Now you're free to go. And allow them to go and flow.